Dr. Jeff here with you today. I've had a lot of questions the last few months about the keto diet. Is it good? Is it bad? What's it all about? Type of thing. So I thought I'd talk to you about the keto diet. Well, what is the keto diet? The keto diet is it's a high fat, medium protein, low carbohydrate diet. So typically 70% will be fats, 20% will be protein, and 5% will be carbohydrate. It was actually kind of discovered back in the 1920s by a fellow who had a daughter who was epileptic, and he found that this diet really helped cut her seizures in half. And it was around for quite a while. And then with the finding of the anticonvulsive drugs, this diet kind of went by the wayside and was left kind of undiscovered for a long time. And then back in the 1990s, a Hollywood producer, director, discovered it had a daughter who was epileptic and did some research and found this diet and found it really helped her seizures. And he went on Dateline and a bunch of shows and started a trust fund. And then Meryl Streep was in a movie and it was called Cause No Harm. And this was brought up, and from that time on, it's kind of grown and grown and grown. Well, what is it all about? Well, it's all about burning fats as energy. As you burn fats as energy, you provoke ketones, and it's putting your body in something called ketosis, when you're actually going to be burning fats as energy instead of carbohydrates. Your body gets energy from two sources. Your body needs energy. One source it gets from is carbohydrates. And these will be your fruits and vegetables and breads and starchy foods and things like that. When you eat a carbohydrate, the body stores it as glycogen. It'll be glycogen in the muscle or in the liver, and that's used for energy. And this is, usually athletes need this source of energy. It's instant energy. It comes on very quickly. They need it so that when they need to run or jump or do something quick, they have the energy there. But when glycogen breaks down, it forms glucose. When it gets into glucose, that's where diabetics find that they have issues with their blood sugars. Insulin secreted insulin will come by and take up all that glucose that's extra, stores it as fat. You get the belly fat forming around you. But it's really good for diabetics because it helps with their sugar levels. It's also good because carbohydrates is good because it's instant energy. It comes right away. It doesn't take that long to form. Whereas when you talk about fats, well, in fats you've got brown fat, which is your important fat. Brown fat is the fat that's kind of sitting around your organs and you're under your skin for insulation, keep you warm. Then you've got the, I call it, non-important fat. That's your adipose tissue. That's your belly and your hips and all that type of stuff that you see that jiggles when you run. What can happen is you want to break this fat down. And this is ketosis. So if you don't have any carbohydrates to break down, because there's nothing in your liver or in your muscle, you break this down. It's a longer duration. It takes longer for this fat to break down into energy. And it forms a ketone. The brain and body can use either glycogen or ketones for energy, so it can use one or the other. It doesn't really matter, it's going to use one or the other. So you have ketones forming your energy. Good thing about this, it doesn't form blood sugar, so you're not getting the glucose. So for diabetics, this is what's really good about it because it really helps them control their sugars. All right? But again, this is a longer term. It takes a longer term to get this energy out there. So for athletes, it's not really a good diet for them because they're not going to have the energy to do their activities. The way it works is that fat cells are huge with lots of water in them. And when you break it down, you get this rapid release of water. The kidney expels the water out. You get this big weight loss. And that's one neat thing about the keto diet is very quickly, once you get into ketosis in the first 2 to 5 days, you can have a rapid weight loss of water. So everybody's excited about this weight loss. Problem with it, as you reduce your weight, what happens when you get to the area where, let's say, you've lost your 20 pounds. What do I do now? In the keto diet, there's no real formulation to actually maintain your weight. Some will say that they should just increase your fats more, so just eat more fats and maintain it. Others will say you should go on a 21-day cycle, so you're on it for 21 days, then you go off it for 2 to 5 days, go eat some carbohydrates, then go back on ketosis again, try and keep your weight that's somewhat similar. There's no real answer to it. There's also no studies out there that have shown long-term use in the adult population as far as this diet is concerned. So there's a couple downfalls with this diet. The other problem with this diet is that if you're not getting the right fats in there, or if you're not getting enough fats, if your averages are off a little bit, if you're not burning the fat and you have no carbohydrate, you're going to burn protein. Protein is not a good energy for the body to use. It forms ketones, but the problem, those ketones are acidic. So you're in ketoacidosis. So not ketosis, ketoacidosis. That actually is forming an acid in your body, when you get that acid, it's not really good for your kidney or for your liver. So you're actually going to be slowly killing your liver and your kidney off if you're in ketoacidosis. So if you're interested in going on a keto diet, it's fine. You can get a rapid weight loss, and you're going to lose your belly fat and your hip fat, which is really good. But before you start that, I would certainly make sure you talk to a dietitian or a nutritionist or a naturopath or someone who knows about these things to give you the proper recipes for the proper types of foods you should be eating as far as getting the right balance of polysaturated fats instead of your saturated fats. Because you're getting saturated fats, that's your cholesterol, and that's going to be bad for your cardiovascular system. So it's very important that you get the right types of fats, right types of proteins, and the right balance before you go on this. So make sure you talk to somebody who's in the know with this type of diet. If you have any questions about ketosis or ketoacidosis or anything like that, you can always talk to me on Facebook or come in and see me or email me at jgoolswellness.com. If you have other questions or anything else, or there's different topics you want me to talk about, just let me know. I'm Dr. Jeff. I've got your back.